He is here. George, thank you for joining us, man. We really, really appreciate it. I know you've been world traveling right now. You did it, dude. You effing did it. You're the mother bleeping world champ. You said you'd do it. You said 9 days before you told me you were going to do it, and there you were. You got all the gold. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be on. We did it, man. We did it. I stayed focused. I believed in myself, and we came in there with a great game plan. And we stuck to it to a T. No matter what adversity came throughout that fight, I was leaving that ring with them belts and that victory.
What is it like for you, man? You go in there and he's talking all this stuff like you knew he would, and none of that stuff fazed you. He comes out like a demon in that first round trying to put you down, but you get him down. You hit that big overhand right. You put him right on his ass, and it feels immediately like game changer. I'm here. You talked all that. You didn't think I was going to do it, but I did it.
Yeah, look, the talk is great. It promotes the fight, but once that bell goes, there's no more talk. It's you and that other man, and I knew that. And I knew with the way I got under his skin and how mentally, I was under his skin and in his head, that he would come out crazy. But that was part of the game plan. And when he did come crazy looking for the big shot, I could just see the mistakes, and we worked on it, on that certain shot, and it was there. I lined it up, didn't even think about it, shot that shot, and put him down. And then I landed a beautiful shot before the bell went as well. When I came flying in, I was a little bit off balance. It landed clean as well. And then when that bell went, I told him, I said, hey, you said 1 round. I'm still here, and I'll put you on your ass. So, it was good. It set a very good tone for the rest of the fight, and I got my respect straight away, and that was what I was trying to achieve in that first round.
How does it go? Because I would imagine that when you get into a fight and somebody's coming after you like that, and they hit you, and you're like, oh, that didn't hurt. Does it build confidence, or do you know that, hey, I can stick with what I'm doing because he can't hurt me?
Yeah, look, these big punches, these guys that knock everyone out, if you show them that no respect and you take their best shot,
right, and
all of a sudden they're like, whoa, he didn't go anywhere. And that was the plan. That all of a sudden becomes a psychological negative to him. Because
right.
He goes, wow, he didn't go anywhere, he's still here. So, I took his best shot. I landed my good shots, and I thought I was the stronger, and it proved. Look at his face. His face was battered.
Cut him up, dude.
I just copped a nice little headbutt, that split me open, but I really beat him up, and he took a lot of punishment, and that was the tone for the fight.
Well, that was the thing that was funny about it, is because I'm watching you go through this, right? And everybody's got to be like, I imagine your manager here, Peter Kahn, which we'll get to you in a second, Peter, but everybody's got to be so nervous. But the amount of fun it looked like you were having there, I'm like, this guy's insane. Because at the end of rounds, they're having this wild exchange. He's trying to get you, and you're getting the better of him. And you're going back, fired up. They mentioned this on the broadcast. I think it was Sergio Moro. He's just like, man, just look at the body language. He's slumping in his chair, and George is fist pumping on the way back. It's the 7th round. This is nuts.
Yeah, look, I was in that zone, that Zen mode, that whatever he did, whatever he landed, even when he put me down, I was not leaving that ring without them belts. So I was enjoying it. He would hit me with his best shot. I was laughing at him, and I said I would. Oh, that's good. Everyone was.
I'm telling you what, if I hit you with everything I got, you laugh, I'm done.
And I said it because, they were saying, oh, he's a big puncher. He's been knocking everyone out. Lomachenko was scared of him. He knocked Comey out. He's been hurting everybody. And I said, you know what? I said, bring his power on. I want to feel it. And you know what? I'll probably laugh at it. And that's what I did. He landed his best shot. I laughed at it. And I was just in that mode, man. I just up and down, excited, bouncing on my toes, the conditioning, the stamina that I had.
Yep.
And that's a testament to the fighter I am and the hard work that I put in, to achieve, this greatness.
Talking to the great George Ferocious Kambosos, the world lightweight champion, all the gold, all the belts. So, when do you get all the belts, man? I saw on Instagram you got one Sensi, because I was explaining to Leroy, you get to take his belts, you do your thing, then they start sending you your belts. So that's got to be something, you're getting one. What is it, every day? Is how does that work where you're getting all this gold sent you? It has to be amazing.
Yeah, look, we got to hold all his belts and obviously take the photos and enjoy it, but then we have to give them back, and then your belts start to come. So we got our beautiful WBO belt yesterday. What a belt, what a beautiful belt.
Did you give it back to him and say, these are old belts, the new belts will be here this week?
Well, he wasn't present to to grab the belt.
Good. You know what? Amazon Prime it to him.
Yeah. His team came and got him, and it is what it is. That's part of the game.
Peter, what was this night like, man? You've been managing this guy for a while, and now he's champion of the mother bleeping world.
It was incredible. I mean, look, our journey's been going on 4.5 years, right? And then look, you've been interviewing him. What now? A little over 2 years. Consistently when he's come to camp, and he's been telling you all that time, I'm going to be a world champion. I'm going to be a world champion.
Yeah.
And look, people like you that consistently give him that shine as well. I mean, it's greatly appreciated, and that's why he said as soon as we get back to Miami, we're going on with Brendan, because you've been able to help promote him. Even when on a large scale, people didn't really know who he was. And look, even going into this fight, you came and met with us a little over a week ago.
Yeah.
And interviewed him, and so that's appreciated. So one of the things we laughed about was I guess I don't know if they were concerned in the dressing room, but last night at dinner we were laughing. We talked about it. I was eerily relaxed, which they kind of were concerned about, because usually before every fight I'm like a nervous wreck.
What, you ain't fighting?
I'm like fidgety, and they're like, "What's wrong with Pete?" He's like, really? I'm just like, yeah, it's like, everything's cool. Like, we're good. It just had that vibe. The fight just had that vibe. It just, a lot of confidence. Everybody was relaxed, and he looked different. I snapped a picture. I'm going to send it to you. Just kind of candid in the dressing room. The determination in his eyes, it seemed like he was someplace else. He was so zoned in, so tuned in. He just looked different. He looked almost possessed. And so I was very relaxed, and I mean, how many times now have I told you I'm proud of you?
Oh, that's probably the 5,400.
And he should say it a lot more. He should say it a lot more, man.
But he's right. We were so relaxed. We were so zoned in. And, we really believe that this is our time. This is what we're going to do. And, no matter what, we were not going to, lose this fight.
Yeah, man. It was an amazing thing to see. Now, what is this like, dude? The idea that you knew you were going to do it, right? You're the only one who believes in yourself. What is the aftermath like where everybody's giving you the flowers? Like, that's got to be a weird feeling. Like, now everybody's calling your name. Nobody in the sport would give you the time of day, and now you have every contender calling you out. You got everybody who wants a piece of Kambosos. What is that feeling like, going from nobody believes in me to now the most wanted man in boxing? Is that weird at all? Do you laugh? How is that emotion? That's got to be such a change.
Yeah, look, it's been crazy. You go from no one believing, except for a very small core of people that you have, and now everybody is there. Everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon. Everyone wants to call you out. Everyone wants to talk. And you're the most wanted man in boxing. But you know what? I look at it as I got a bounty on my head now too. So they want to come and get this bounty. Be prepared, to cop the full force as well, because all these guys calling me out. I don't know if some of them probably doing it just for a little bit of their own exposure, and if it came down to the actual paperwork to sign, I think they wouldn't do it. But whoever comes this way to get these belts, I know what I've had to go through to win these belts. This ain't no one night success and I lose them all. This is going to be a long reign.
I mean, Brendan, this was fight number 20.
Yeah.
And not only that, but he holds all the cards. He's the boss. He's the shot caller. I mean, these guys have to come to where George is. It's that simple. I mean, and that's Australia. So
that's got to be that's going to be unbelievable.
I mean, but look at his record. Look what he's done, all on the road. I mean, let's just go back to 2019, beating Mickey Bay at Madison Square Garden. Split decision on the road. Going to London, at the end of the year, October of 2020. To beat Lee Selby in the IBF Eliminator, same thing, split decision, all on the road. Then going to New York, walked in there getting booed by the entire sold out.
You Rocky Ford him, dude. You flipped the crowd.
Yeah, it was.
You flipped the crowd.
This was Rocky Ford. This was literally. You watch that movie, you watch this fight. It really was, a movie. But I just stayed focused. I knew that they would boo me. I knew they'd be all against me. But like I said, against all odds, I was not going to be denied. I was going to win this fight, and I knew that they applauded when I stood on them ropes with the blood pouring out, and I wiped my face with the blood, and I literally showed the crowd and said, "This is the blood for you guys. and they just loved it. They just applauded. Eddie Hearn was on the side of the ring there, just clapping his hands in awe. So it was good. It was a good feeling. But I'm just so excited for what's next now. I just want to fight.
Well,
to fight.
Georgie, tell them about what was playing in the dressing room.
Oh, we had the whole Rocky soundtrack.
Yeah, the Hearts on Fire.
Of course,
that's a go-to.
We had that throughout the whole camp. Camp, we had the Hearts on Fire, Burning Desire. One of my mates, he goes,
"No easy way out."
We had it all. And one of my mates goes, "Man, we're sick and tired of hearing Rocky." He goes, "No, we're going to hear Rocky non-stop. This is a Rocky movie, and we're coming to win it."
I think kudos to those fans, because guess what? At the end of the day, they witnessed a championship fight, and they acknowledged the champion.
Yep.
And forget who you won or who you're behind or whatever. That was a hell of a fight. You came out victorious, and it didn't help none. It didn't help none that Teofimo was a sore loser. Right? That's what it is. That's what it is. Look, we see guys get beat up and bludgeoned all the time. You go stand in the ring. I don't necessarily agree with it, because if I got my butt kicked, I'm not going in the middle of the ring, get my hand raised. I just hope the other guy appreciates it. But I will acknowledge, you got me.
Yep.
Come on. Give credit where credit is due. He took your best punch. He delivered some punches. He knocked you down. And go. You can get some get back, but for tonight, it's your night. So I can't wait to see what it's going to be like to fight in your hometown. You've been fighting on the road for so long. I mean, you trained down here to be able to go back home with the belts, right, and fight there. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, man, biggest thing in your country.
Oh, it's gonna be huge.
You have to fight at home. Like, I would love to see you down here, because we thought this fight was going to happen down here. But if there's any other place that I wish all fighters have an opportunity to fight, you've been on the road. Like Pete said, you've been on the road fighting under everybody else's conditions. You the champ now. You fight under your conditions. You get to fight at home. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's right.
And not just the champ, not just the champ. He's the champ. He's got all the belts.
All of them.
All of them, man. That's what has the reception like been home? Like, I know you haven't been home yet, but has any family reached out to you and showed you how nuts people are going for you, headlines, anything like that? Like, what has that been like in Australia?
It is crazy. I think when everyone turns the TV on, I'm on every station, every TV network, every mainstream newspaper. The fans have gone absolutely nuts. Social media's gone nuts. You saw the scenes from the pubs and clubs, the houses. People were just crying. It really is a national victory. Not only for Australia but for Greece as well. This is not only my world title, but this is their world title as well.
That's sick, man. That's absolutely unbelievable. Leroy mentioned it. I gotta know, you're having this perfect fight. It's going your way, but you got up off the thing that makes it almost more movie-esque is getting off the canvas, dude. Off the canvas. What is this like? He puts you down. Things aren't going his way. Everything's going to your game plan, but you still face adversity, and you get up and you come back and win the 11th and 12th. What the hell's going through your mind when it happens? Is it just back in the gym? This is what I've trained for. Was it almost robotic? You've been programmed for this, or were you holy bleep, I got to get it right? What's going through your mind when you go down and get up and come back?
Yeah, I was just angry at myself because I was putting a beautiful boxing lesson, beating him up, busting him up, and I got a little bit too excited. I lost my composure for that, that round 10, because I smelt the blood. I went in for the kill, and I ran into something stupid. It was a silly shot, and it's part of my destiny, because then I got to show how great I am, how much willpower and the mantle I have inside me. So I get up, my legs were a little bit wobbly, and I said to myself, okay, now you're going to show how good you are. I think it was a minute 45 I had left in that round. Lopez finishes any other lightweight in the world.
No doubt.
At that stage.
Right.
But I stood there. I kept my hands up. I held on, had to hold. And I finished the round strong too. The last 30, 40 seconds, I landed some good shots, and I felt like I hurt him. And I remember going back to the corner, and I was smiling. And my coaches go, what are you smiling for? You okay? You okay? I said, yeah, I made the mistake there now. Now I'm going to punish him for the next 2 rounds. You watch this. I think round 11, I absolutely destroyed him.
Butchered his face.
Busted him up. And I believe that was probably the best round of the fight. And round 12, closed the show. So
finishing off
that
strong.
shows a true champion. That shows a true champion.
You're absolutely right. Finishing, to go through that war and finish it off strong is that's
what makes it legendary.
That's why you're the champ.
Yep.
Because there's not a lot of people that can take that beating on either side. On either side, both you and him. The true champion stood out in the 11th and 12th round. So you were the champ because you got up, you fought, and he was looking for somebody to give him a victory.
And a cool story too is, and we heard it from his team in his corner when I came back, from that knockdown, and then Lopez went into his corner. He was so confused, and his corner said, you got him, whatever it is. And he turned around and said, I can't get rid of this guy. This guy is made of steel, of iron. Mm-hmm. And that's Rocky. That's Rocky right there, where he takes the punishment and he just, he's ready to absorb whatever he has to do. And I was ready to die in that ring. I told my wife before the fight, I said, I'm prepared to die tonight to win this fight. So, look, that's no joke. That's a lot, when you talk about it. But, we did it.
And Brendan, the preparation and the team that went into into that ring that night, from Javier Centeno, from Mick Ackway, from Mike Basil, from Jim Kambosos, who worked as the fourth man in the corner. It was just, George is smiling. We've nicknamed him Carnage after the media day, after he put his hands on Teofimo Sr.
It was amazing. I see these the matchroom behind the scenes where, this dad, the Teofimo Lopez Sr., he's a nut job. And he's walking and he goes to interrupt your guys' session. And I'm like, I just met your dad. I'm like, I wouldn't mess with that dude. I wouldn't cross George's father. And then all of a sudden it's he's backing off. I don't think they showed the whole crowd, but they showed him. Oh, he assaulted me. He assaulted you went over there. What do you mean he assaulted you?
It's crazy.
So look, not to belabor it, but now we can kind of. Jimmy called him a chihuahua. He said, and Jimmy's here, and Jimmy's a good guy. He was just protecting his son. You could say what you want, just like he said. You cross over that. The chihuahua crosses over that fence, and there's a Rottweiler waiting on the other side, and he got a hold of him, and I think that just played into the mental part because, Teofimo just turned his head, walked back. Then he tried to give Jimmy the eyes, and Jimmy said, "Don't eyeball me, boy."
Yeah.
It just got out of control.
It just shows that we will come and take no step backwards. We had against all odds, everyone against us, the crowd against us, thousands of people against us. We had a small little group, and again, we come for victory. And it's a story of the 300 Spartans, against all odds. We will stand our ground and not take a step backwards for what we believe.
Everybody's tough until they get that 2-piece in the soda.
Yeah. Now, you guys are enjoying the victory, man, a little bit. You're going to the Heat game tonight. You excited about this?
I am. I'm very excited to be.
Have you been to a Heat game before?
No, I've never been. I have been to a basketball game many years ago. I had some seats right up in the nosebleeds. So this is going to be very exciting to be there and to watch this game. I'm very excited.
Oh man, it's going to be an event. There's nothing like the NBA. Soaking that in and being through all that type of stuff. That's going to be cool. This is got to be the fun part, man. Because to have a year of just blood, sweat, and tears into one match, and you said you never broke on it. You never broke mentally. To have this opportunity to at least soak it in a little bit and just enjoy it. That has to be just an unbelievable feeling this week.
Yeah, look, it is, but I want to get in the gym. That's where
serious?
I live. Yeah, I really want to get in the gym.
It's George.
Give yourself a little
joy.
It's hard. It's hard because that's all I've ever known. I've known just to be on that grind, to be the one
chasing for so long,
to be the hunter. Now I'm the one being hunted, so I don't want to lose.
Tobin, you know what he feels like? He feels like I feel with Michigan.
Oh yeah,
Michigan finally beat Ohio State. They got the Big Ten championship this week, and I'm nervous because I don't want them to lose that edge.
Yes.
I don't want to lose that edge, so I know exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
So I know they're gonna come hunting now. So I want to be.
Give yourself a couple of days. Let yourself heal. Get your mentals right.
Yep.
No question, you'll be ready to work when it's time to work.
100%.
Yep.
Has there been a cool person to reach out? If you and Jake Paul are going back and forth, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Was that a relationship beforehand, or he's just kind of hopped in? What is that connection been like? I saw you guys posting on social media.
Yeah, he watched the fight. He was on the edge of his seat. He absolutely loved it. He put out some tweets, and yesterday he called me up on FaceTime, and we had a good chat, and I gave him some good words about his upcoming fight, and I think I motivated him a lot as well. There's been some cool things, Joe Rogan, Manny Pacquiao. There's just been so much.
Brendan, you saw Manny's tweet, right?
Pacquiao's got to be a crazy one, man. This guy sparred Leroy 250 rounds with Manny Pacquiao. And I actually remember our first interview, and I thought you were nuts because you said, I got faster hands than Pacquiao. I'm like, come on, bro. And honestly, the knockdown, it was Pacquiao-esque.
Yep.
Because it's like he always would just have these, it would just be like, boom. And the guy, the look on every opponent face that faces Pacquiao is like, oh, I didn't know I was in with this. Yeah. And it reminded me so much of that. It went back to that first talk we had when he said, I'm like, this dude said he had faster hands than Pacquiao.
You can see it in that fight, the way I'm bouncing, I'm throwing 3, 4, 5 punch combinations, I'm creating the angles and shooting back. And, I learned a lot from Manny Pacquiao, and, I did bring a lot of them traits into this fight. And I know that's why he put out his tweet, and he said, I hope our hundreds of rounds that we have done, helped you in this fight, and it really did. It gave him that extra edge.
That guy fought with so much energy, and he never stopped. And that's one of the things that, I'm like, wow, he doesn't stop, and he's got some hands, and like and again, watching the fight, I saw a lot of that. It was a fun fight. I wish it would have ended like two warriors. And I mean that not. I just wish that when you go in there and you fight a 12-round war and it's over, nobody loses any, you don't lose nothing.
Yep.
You don't have to go in there and do what he did. It doesn't take away from what you did. It makes him look worse.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? When the fight was done and I went over and literally were both there, bleeding and it's our blood on each other. And I literally told him, this is, because I knew I'd won the fight and he knew I had won the fight, and, you could see it in his eyes. And I told him, this is our blood tonight.
Yep.
That we did that for the crowd. No one will ever take that away, regardless of the decision. We just done something memorable here, at the iconic Madison Square Garden. I believe it's fight of the year.
Yeah.
It was a very good fight, but the way he took it after, and I can't be angry at him. That's a learning curve for him.
Now you
it is what it is.
When you're not used to something, you don't know how you're going to handle it.
Now, all right, so you're the man now. Like, what are we doing, boys? Like, what's the plan? Like, what do you got? Everybody's coming after you now. You got your pick of the litter. Like, Pete, what do you guys want to happen?
So tomorrow morning we're flying to Las Vegas, and we're gonna watch Devin Haney and Jojo Diaz. Then we're gonna go to LA on Sunday and watch Tank. And
you're going to both.
Cruz. Mm-hmm. Look, George will tell you, how he's going to choose his next opponent because he's the one that makes the decision.
Yeah, look, there's some very good fights, in the next few weeks with all the lightweights at 135 pounds. These guys got to make statements because I made one hell of a statement, a couple nights ago. The one that makes the best statement, is the one that's going to be picked. But I'm the one in the driver's seat now. I've earned that, and they got to come to Australia to fight me. They got to fight me in front of 80,000. In Australia, because I've had to deal with it. I've had to go into the Lions Den. I've had to, travel thousands of miles, be out of my comfort zone. So now it's their time to feel that. And if they want a shot at these belts, that's what it is. But I love all the fights. The Haney fight, the Lomachenko fight, the Tank Davis fight. All of them. Ryan Garcia, even a rematch with Lopez. I love it all. So it doesn't bother me.
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't. Well, how could it bother you? Like you're the one who conquered. Like you're the one who went in there when nobody thought you had a chance. And these guys, it was a very funny thing with this division because you had the line where you said they call them the Four Kings, but I'm the Emperor. I came in, which I thought was the line of the night. Yep. And you're almost like you've now become this guy who you hold all the keys because these guys weren't fighting each other. They were all saying, "Oh, we're gonna fight this guy. We're gonna fight each other. We're gonna fight each other." But I know, you're a guy who's about it. You're the one who went in there against the champ and took all of his stuff. So I wonder, what do you think is going to be that thing that will really, I guess, stand out to you? Do you think it's what the fans want? Do you think it's going to be a professional challenge? Like this is a matchup that will intrigue you. What do you think will be that thing that sets it apart?
Yeah, look, what the fans want, because it's always about the fans. What excites me, what fight I see that's going to be a war, a battle, something that's going to be blood, sweat and tears. That's what excites me. I don't want no fight that someone's going to be running away and be scared. I want a fight that someone's going to come. And like me and Lopez, we showed that we both wanted each other, and we gave the fans something memorable.
And George Ferocious Kambosos, congratulations again, man. I mean, you
identify that man as champ.
the world champion.
There we go.
And really, in my mind, the undisputed champion. I don't know what this whole WBC nonsense is.
Yeah, look.
I don't really care. I know who the champ is.
Yes.
It's you. You know, Devin Haney will wear a belt this weekend maybe if he beats Jojo Diaz, but I know who the man is. The man at lightweight is you, George Ferocious Kambosos. You earned it. You earned it the hard way. Mm-hmm. You went through a year training for the same damn guy. You went across to Australia. You did it through a pandemic. You did it through having a child. You did it through, loss of personal people in your family. You did through it all. And and it's one thing to say that nothing's broken me, but you showed it. And that's for people who can't get behind that, like, I don't know what to tell you. You don't like sports, you don't like boxing.
Yeah, look, it's just the adversity. You go through whatever you have to, to achieve in life, and that's what it was going to be. I was not going to be denied. I was going to remain unbroken. That tunnel vision was too strong, and it's stronger than ever. I just, I want more success. I can't stop now.
Brendan, I've been doing this 25 years, and I've worked with a lot of fighters, a lot of world champions. George is the most mentally tough human being that I've ever worked with.
Well, you got a busy couple of weeks ahead of you, man. You got traveling with him all over the place. You got Xander coming up on the 11th, so congratulations to you too, Pete. Thank you for setting this up, guys, and coming on in. We really appreciate it. We know it's been a busy time for you. Peter Kahn, great boxing manager, and the world champion himself, George Ferocious Kambosos, owner of the lightweight division, the Emperor.
Yes.
Thank you so much, George.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you, guys.